Nothing like the sweet smell of blasted ass in a jar. New video, new victim. And today just happens to be Stepanka. For those of you that don't know who Stepanka is, she started creating adult content and selling several products that before the 90 days fans were shocked to see. Stephanie started her own business selling farts and has continued going to the extreme to make some money. That's her. Reacting to people smelling my $1,000 fart jars. You heard that right. Stepanka used to sell farts. I'm sure you heard of this story before. Well, this is the fart girl. No, I'm not being mean. They actually call her that. That's actually her nickname because she sold farts. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious why the nickname is what it is. And I know this title says $1,000 fart jars, but Stepanka is so generous of a human that she lowered the price by 50%. One fart jar, $500. Deal of the century. $500 for a fart jar? That is cheap. That is a sale. That is a price worthy of Black Friday. So today we're gonna react to Stepanka reacting to her customers reacting, smelling her fart jars. Let's get into this masterpiece.
Oh! Today we are taking it back to where it started. We are going to be reacting to people reacting to my fart jars. Yes, that's like Inception right there, isn't it? As you all know, last year I became...
If this chick looks familiar, other than her being celebrity, she was also in my last video. Only pants must be stopped. She was the one that says she's proud of the percentage bracket she's in earnings and OnlyPants.
And I'm on the top 0.05%. I'm very proud of that.
That's her.
I went pretty crazy viral because of my fart jars. Can you guys believe this is like one of the last remaining fart jars? It's actually worth probably millions at this point. I'm actually going to be auctioning it off on my Unfiltered website, which is where I sell my fart videos now. But I caught...
Where I sell my fart videos. Isn't that awesome? She has a website that's called Unfiltered. Not only does she sell fart jars, she also sells videos of her farting. This is high value. This is entrepreneurship and content creation at its finest. Paying to see someone fart is not weird at all.
It's quite a stir on the internet this past year as well as last year. And of course, then I was hospitalized. It's a long story.
Nah. She wants to get off the topic. I'm not gonna forget this. She was hospitalized because of this. And I'm not gonna make you wait to hear that because she doesn't talk about this in this video. She lied to us. She just tried to mention it so that you know, so that we don't think she didn't mention it, although she did mention it, but she just like put it off to the side.
Well, after my fart jar story went viral and I was getting way more orders from people, I started to really feel the pressure. And I started to think that, okay, I cannot fulfill this many orders. This is also impeding on my social life. Like I got all these orders in through my site, and then I was like, well how the fuck am I gonna fulfill 100 orders? Like I have other things I need to do. I have my platform, other content that I need to produce. Like I'm working on so many different things. I can't just be sitting around all day farting.
Right.
And if I am, eating all this food, it's like not like I can go out.
Yeah. I mean, even just the first...
This conversation sounds so professional until you realize what they're talking about. It's funny. It's funny because it's so goofy. She's talking about not being able to go out because she has to fulfill all these orders that her customers are non-stop purchasing. It's farts in a jar. Tell them to wait. Be like, hey, I can't fart today. My stomach is on excellent mode. So let me just get bloated tomorrow and I'll fart in the jar and I'll send it. Quality farts, not forced farts.
And some people even wanted like batch orders. So there was like one guy in Austria who wanted like 5 freaking fart jars.
Wow.
What are you gonna do with that, man? If you're watching this, dude, what were you thinking? Have you lost your mind? Seriously, it's already not weird at all to buy 1 jar. You wanted a batch? You wanted 5 jars, bro? You gifting these up for Christmas? What do you think? I got you a fart. Here you go. Smell it. Enjoy.
And so I gave him like a little deal on it because he wanted so many.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I'm like,
that's very kind of you.
There was like one day that I drank like 3 huge protein shakes and I made a big pot of black bean soup and I just throughout the morning kept pouring myself cups of it and was just like eating.
Just hoping that you'll fart more.
Oh, and I did. It was like definitely like a crazy day, but I was feeling awful.
Right.
And
well, yeah. Come on. I don't understand why people don't think about the consequences of what they're doing. What's gonna happen if I continue to do this? What's gonna happen in the future?
And by the time evening rolled around, I was feeling horrible to the point where like I couldn't breathe in all the way. Everything in my stomach, all this was like building up and I guess just like pushing up against my heart and my chest. But I wasn't aware that it was from that. I just thought I was possibly having a heart attack.
Right.
So I'm laying in bed at night and I can't breathe in because every time I do, I'm like, so I called up my friend, and my friend offered to take me to the emergency room just to double check and make sure that everything's okay.
Right.
Because I do have a pre-existing condition. I'm on a lot of different medication that puts me at.
Let's not waste time. She's overly talking right now. Her friends took her to the ER. In the ER, they did an ECG. They took blood work. The results came back. They were completely fine, both of them. The doctor asked him, hey, what's going on? And she was like, oh, she was too embarrassed to talk about her profession of farting in jars. So she instead told him, oh, you know, I work out a lot and I had to drink 3 protein shakes and a whole bowl of black beans. The doctor asked, why so many black beans? She was like, oh, I like it a lot. That's why I eat so many. She was fine. It was just a fart attack, not a heart attack. That's all it was. Let's get back into the video.
Almost 2 weeks ago now, I made a video talking about a woman who's made over $100,000 selling her jarred farts. It's actually how I spent my Christmas day.
$100,000. $100,000. If you guys are wondering, Mike, are you salty that she's making $100,000? Yes, I am. I have injured my back a couple times for moolah, doing heavy work, working with some heavy bricks, cement blocks, big boys, the whole day in the heat just to make a miserable $100 in a day. This chick is selling farts for $500 each jar, which took her to over $100K. If that doesn't scream success, I don't know what does.
While you were out having fun with your family and opening presents, I was studying the ass and the endless capabilities of it, the potential. This story convinced me that the human colon was basically an infinite money cheat code. All she had to do was blast a little ass into a jar and sell it for a crazy price, and she was making so much money. So just to give you a base.
You know what? Now that I think about it, it's not that bad of an idea. All these chicks that are posting all this stuff on OnlyFans, you know, doing something they don't want to do. I mean, they already don't want to do it. You know, I understand. Putting your farts in jars, it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit uncomfortable. You know, you might not want to tell people what you're doing because hey Leslie, how'd you afford this Ferrari here? Oh, I just, you know, the accounting profession, you just blast a little ass in a jar and, you know, you sell it for a very modest $500. I mean, it's very common, you know, very, very popular profession. You know, it's better than saying, hey, I show what I shouldn't show to everyone and I don't like doing it, but it pays the bills. If you already don't like doing it, you might as well do something that doesn't show what you don't want to show, even if it's still uncomfortable a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just an idea.
She sacrificed her health for the sake of her customers. If that's not inspiring, I don't know what is.
What a nice man, right? He did blow some smoke up my ass, if you know what I'm saying. I think that that's really great. You know, that is a true feminist right there. I think that a lot of men online are salty about a woman using her assets to make money, and that is
absolutely. All you gotta do is eat. If you're lactose intolerant, even better. Drink some milk, eat some cheese. A couple hours later, boom, 500, 500, 500, 500. You know what I'm saying? It's such a simple task. You know, we're out here in the sun in 100-degree weather or in negative 40-degree weather, shoveling the snow, pushing the bulldozers for a miserable amount of cash too. Come on.
He's really into this, isn't he? Oh God. You know what though, guys, let me just tell you. All right, well, that is not how you inhale a fart. Let me tell you the best method for inhaling a fart. You don't take a big whiff like that because that is how you waste a perfectly good fart. Now, the best way to inhale a fart so that you get the most bang for your buck, because you know shit's expensive, is you just take the lid off a little bit, or if you have one of the cork lids, you just lift it up a little bit. You get a nice little whiff, and that's it. You just a little tiny bit, just like nice little just like that.
I made a video in the past, if you go into my channel, my videos, it's a YouTube short. It's called How to Fart in the Shower, where I give this step-by-step formula to farting in the shower without it smelling. You don't want to smell it. Like, the last thing you want is to be in a steamy, nice and warm shower. All of a sudden you fart, now you smell it, and now it's hot, and just smells even worse. So I made that video, right? But it was a joke. Make someone laugh. Obviously, it's a goofy video. Obviously a joke. This chick is serious. She's actually giving advice on how to smell the farts that she sold. She's like, you don't want to waste the fart because it's expensive. You don't even want to smell a fart for free. Who paid $500 for a fart? And why would there be instructions to smelling it slowly, you don't want to waste it all at once. Smell some fart today and then smell some fart tomorrow. Come on, stop it.
Oh, He's gagging. Not a fan? Not a fan of that back? He's exaggerating.
Why is it really
It's not that bad.
First impression is it's a little, it's like a oaky, like maybe like a hard wood.
What is this, Chardonnay or a fart? Make up your mind. Okay, well, what I will say is that yes, my fart jars were real and people were so skeptical about it and were calling me a scammer. They were real farts in a jar. Now, whether or not that was one of the real farts that I sent out, that is up for debate.
YouTuber sells farts in a jar. Then he's having jars sold in 2 days? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. 100K in 2 days. A doctor will take a year to make that. And this chick that farts for a living made it in 2 days.
That is up for debate, but I do appreciate that people made videos about it because it's very good publicity, it's very good press.
I hope she's kidding. How is that gonna be good publicity? Let's say she makes it to the big leagues, which she's already at the big leagues. You get invited to the Grammys, an event where people dress very sophisticated. You know, they're like, oh, there goes Drake, the greatest rapper alive, or hey, there goes Perfect Mike, the greatest YouTuber on the planet. And then there goes Stepanka. What does she do? Oh, you know, she just farts in jars and she made $100,000 in 2 days. How is that good press? They're never gonna introduce someone, and for the greatest farts in the jar, we have stepanka. Yeah!
It helped the story go viral, so whether or not that was a real fart jar, I won't say. I'm just gonna say thank you for making a video. Yes, that's my site, guys, unfiltered. Let me tell you, the press that this whole fart jar story brought to my site, to my platform, to everything.
The name.
And the fact that I didn't really have a lot of people helping me, I didn't sleep. I didn't do anything. I just worked. I was like a little tiny mouse, just like fart, fart.
You call that work? Are you gonna actually sit here and tell me that you were working? That is not work.
Tiffany Motto has been making headlines recently because she is just making a financial killing selling her farts in a jar.
Yep.
In fact, she's selling them for about $1,000 a pop, which
Okay, but they
goes
were
to
on
my main
sale.
point.
Okay, but they were on sale. 50% off, okay? I tried to give the people a deal. I'm not just a money-hungry capitalist.
Let's just actually see a real customer give his review on this very sophisticated product.
All right, famous news. I love this channel. Apparently he bought a fart jar. Now this one looks a little less sus than the last one. So let's see if it's for real.
Is it gonna be raunchy? Is it gonna be heavenly?
Oh! Oh, he's dying! Don't die!
Michael. His name is Michael McCrudden. I'll be on the Before You Were Famous soon. Why did you do that? You didn't have to do that. Pay someone to do it. I bet you whatever he made off of that video was not worth smelling that fart. It was not worth it. He is suffering for no reason. This was just humiliation.
On me!
I went too hard.
Oh my god!
Ordering these farts was actually trickier than expected. We actually had to go onto her unfiltered account, which is just like OnlyFans, and then you had to sign up for Stepanka. I think that's her performer name. But in doing that, we had to pay her. So we actually paid for the farts and we paid for her account.
Okay, so it wasn't just $500. It's $500 plus $25 a month. This is a great bundle.
Now on a good day, you can get a deal of buying the farts for $100. But on a bad day, like leading up to the holidays, well, this thing can set you back as much as $1,000.
No. 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 We want to know who was her main demographic.
So I had to be up at 4 a.m. to get my hair and makeup ready so I'd look sexy for the fart buyers of India, who are one of my biggest demographics.
India, what are you doing? Stop! Just to let you guys know, the national average salary in India per month is $428.49 per month. So to be able to purchase one of these fart jars, those individuals had to work over a month. It's either that or some very distinguished individuals in that area would rather buy a fart in a jar over some Gucci shoes. If that doesn't scream, I am rich, I don't know what does. That is enough. I don't want to hear any more of this nonsense. If you ever find yourself in a bit of a pickle, not being able to scrape up some money for the rent that's due in a month, here's a very lucrative idea. You promote yourself on social platforms and then you offer your farts in a jar for a very modest price, you know, $1,000, $2,000. Who knows? You might be a fart billionaire in like a year. Hey, why not? Yes, some people will look at you weird if they can even see you through those tinted windows of that Lamborghini Aventador. There you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoyed. But before you go, like and subscribe if you would never purchase a fart. Goodbye. I am out.